This is Amanda for DietsReview.com. You guys asked and I want to answer. I took a few questions that I'm going to answer for you guys, and I want you guys to continue asking each week, and I will get to as many questions as possible. Web Goddess asked, she wants to know about the interviews and how often we do them, how much time is spent with them, and how do we control our emotions. Interviews are every day. We filmed usually 5 to 6 days a week, usually about 9 to 12 hours a day. And in between, we'd be interviewed once, twice, maybe even 3 times a day. And each interview lasted 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes shorter, sometimes longer, but we were always interviewed about challenges, always interviewed about certain events that went on, always interviewed before the weigh-in, after the weigh-in, before the elimination, after the elimination. We were interviewed a lot. And that's a big part of the show, because everybody wants to know what's going through my mind, what's going through another contestant's mind, and it's our way to get everything off our chests. We can talk to those cameras and really explain what was going on during the challenge, during the elimination. And it was hard, because sometimes we would have to talk about something that happened already, or hide emotions, or sometimes bring up emotions again. I would have a tough day, and I'd be better, but then it'd be time for interview, and all of a sudden the story producer would bring up something that I'd have to talk about again. And so I'd go from being okay to all of a sudden my emotions striking up again, and I'd have to just really express myself. And sometimes you'd see me in tears, and you'd see me laughing, crying, screaming, because there were so many emotions, but these interviews definitely bring up emotions a lot more, because it's like opening up an old wound. You can be okay, but then you have to be interviewed 6 hours later about it, and it does get tough and a little bit annoying sometimes, but they were good to get things off your chest. Ashley wants to know what it was like being filmed all the time. In the beginning, it was very weird and very awkward, but for me, it was motivation. If I knew I had a camera on me, I wanted to work that much harder, because I knew that I had all these eyes on me. And you don't only have just one camera on you. There was usually 5, 6, 7 cameras, and they'd be kind of placed all over the room or all over a field, or they'd be all over. They'd be following you. It was just like, you just felt like you had all these eyes on you. And it was very intimidating at first. And for one, I think it was week 6, I had a really tough week with Jillian. That week was when the cameras really hit me the most, because I was having a tough day. I was crying on the treadmill, and the camera was like right in my face, literally this close. And that was really tough for me. But you get used to it, and you realize it's a part of the show. Without the cameras, how do you make The Biggest Loser? So at the end of the day, it's like you just get over it, and it becomes second nature. Next, we have Donna D. She is interested in what can be done to reduce excess skin after dramatic weight loss. It's different for everybody. They say that the younger you are, you might have more elasticity, and your skin might go in. I don't think there's a real definite answer for this. I think everybody's different, and I know my sister lost weight when she was 21 years old. She lost 80 pounds, and she's got a little bit extra skin. Myself, it's been just a couple months since I've lost the weight, and I have extra skin on my abdomen, I have extra skin on my arms, and for me, I'm going to give it time, but I will most likely end up getting plastic surgery just because I do have so much extra skin on my abdomen that I need removed. I will give it time, and hopefully my elasticity does help me and does bring my skin back in, but I can't guarantee that. A lot of people, after leaving the show, do end up getting tummy tucks and different skin removal surgeries, because we just have so much extra skin from being so overweight. But there are home remedies said to help it, and I think really everybody's body is different, but you shouldn't rush into skin surgery right away. They told us to wait a year before getting any kind of surgery, so that's what I plan on doing for right now. And the last question is Priscilla. She wants to know, how do you control your hunger when you're on such low calories at the ranch? For us, it was about learning how to eat healthy and how to be healthy. So if we were given 1,000 calories of a limit, we would eat healthier choices, eat lots more fruits and vegetables, and by eating that way, you can eat a ton of food. I didn't really have hunger. In the beginning, it was a little hard to adjust, but you all of a sudden realize it's okay to grab a plate of asparagus. It's okay to grab an apple. It's okay to grab a couple almonds instead of the chips, the pretzels, ice cream. all of a sudden you learn lower calorie foods that can fill you up. So and I don't think anyone else on the show really dealt with hunger that much, because you just learn what to eat. And then you realize you can eat so much more food when you eat healthy, and it really fills you up. For one plate of, Chinese food, who knows how many calories are in that, but that's like 2 days of food for me. One plate, 2,000 calories, I could eat 2 days worth of fish, chicken, vegetables, healthy food, and I'm always full. So don't have to think wrong. Don't think that if you're eating healthy, you can't be full, because you can. Thank you for the questions, and I look forward to seeing next week's. This is Amanda with DietsAndReview.com.